Okay.
20 years.
Get away.
This is the grandest enterprise on the continent. George Francis Crick. Railroads had already transformed life in the East. But at the end of the Civil War, they still stopped at the Missouri River. For a quarter of a century, men had dreamed of building a line from coast to coast. Now they would attempt it. 1,775 miles of track from Omaha to Sacramento. It would have to be cut through mountains higher than any railroad builder had ever faced. Span deserts where there was no water anywhere. And cross treeless prairies where anxious and defiant Indians would resist their passage. They knew from the start that if it could be completed, Americans would have accomplished something no other people had ever even attempted.
In the realms of time, the hope of humanity is realized. This Continental Railway will bind the two seaboards to this one continental union.
There's the
human head.
Back of the neck.
Of the union so broad and deep that no possible force or stratagem can shake its permanence. William Gilbert.
The West couldn't be settled without railroads. And a railroad across the West couldn't be built without the government. The distances were too great, the costs too staggering, the risks too high for any group of businessmen.
It was only through the government's help that anything of this gargantuan size could be accomplished, much as landing on the moon. It was not rugged individualists who built the railroad. It was rugged corporations who formed
Yeah, and then
financed themselves as entities.
right hand side.
It was the rugged federal government that came up with the federal loans and the land grants that enabled it to be built. Amid all the romance of the building of the railroad, we tend to forget that. It was one of the major industrial enterprises of its age.
In 1862, Congress gave charters to two companies to build. The Central Pacific was to push eastward from Sacramento over the Sierra Nevada mountains. The Union Pacific was to start from the Missouri, cross the Great Plains,